The big concern at the moment, and why I think South Africa is a big talking point in the US right now, is America in the next 20 years will become, for the first time in its history, a minority white country.
Well, that will be a very, very bad thing to happen. You want to see the US go down? Why? Oh, you don't like cars and electric cars, and you don't like technology, or what is it? You want to go back to the jungle, or?
If the US becomes a minority white country,
Yes.
so there's Latinas, there's blacks, there's people from all different races make up the majority, and then, you know, it could be 48% white people. Do you really think the US is doomed if it goes under?
Yes, it goes under there.
Seriously?
Yes, of course. You see, if you take South Africa, we have a small white population that projects the European culture, or what we learned from Europe.
And oppressed millions of black people.
No.
For decades.
How do you oppress? We gave them work, we fed them. They grew from a tiny little group into a massive group. That's not oppression, that's feeding them. Do you understand? You only grow big if you get fed. You only start at 800 and become 50 million if you get fed. We fed them, for crying out loud. You know, enough with this nonsense.
But so you understand, because the black population was so oppressed under apartheid.
Well, we never saw this oppression you're talking about.
You never saw it.
No, I never saw it.
Yeah, because you're white.
Hi amazing people, hope you're doing fine. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for clicking to today's episode. And if it's your first time coming across my videos, my name is Milka. So today I'll be talking about a very interesting topic whereby Elon Musk gave or said what he thinks when a white become minorities in the United States of America during an interview with CNN. And there is even a point whereby he said that black people were never oppressed. They fed them, they gave them jobs, because he was basing his argument to the fact that they became a whole big community. So that means that they never went through oppression, because it did not tamper with their growth. I really don't understand why he said such words. So a lot of people have reacted to this information. Some are angry at him. So I want to let you watch some clips of these people expressing what they think about all this issue. Then I'll come back with my commentary. I'll kindly urge you to watch the clip with a keen eye so that you get to understand why people are, or why are they opposing the fact that he said once the whites become minorities, United States of America will be a jungle. And even he said that he has never seen the black people being oppressed during slavery, genocide. I really don't understand why he said such words. So I'll let you watch the clips, then I'll come with my commentary. But you can still tell me in the comment section what you think, or why you think he said such words, or what is your opinion towards his information. If you've liked the video, you can consider giving it a thumbs up. And if it's your first time, it's a humble request, so consider supporting my channel by just subscribing. Let's watch the clip, then I'll be back with more commentary.
Please tell me you saw the CNN interview with Elon, racist father, who was literally like, if I could, you can't make this up. And it makes sense why Elon's the way it is and the way he is. And it makes sense why like racism is taught at home. So the interviewer asked them, or pretty much stated like, so in the next 20 years, America is going to pretty much be a country where the majority will be people of color and the white people would be minorities. And he was like, why would you want to do that? Like, why would y'all want to go back to the jungle? Do you guys not like electric cars? The electric cars is the reason why the white people are majority. And then the interview started talking a little bit about South Africa and how the white people pretty much stole all of the South African people land and pretty much started to put them to be slaves, pretty much. And then he goes, why you keep talking about that? That never happened. We fed them. There were a little group that we fed, and they just grew and grew and grew. First of all, sir, you went to a continent, African continent, and stole the people's land. You went to a continent where black people are the majority, right? And you got the nerve to say there was a small group of people. You went to a continent where blacks are the majority. You stole their land. You're from Canada. You're not South African. You stole all of their land and you took all of their money, and then you got the nerve to say you fed them? What are them, dogs? They're the majority. So how can you say they're a little group of people that we fed them and it just got bigger and bigger? We fed them. You stole their land. The fuck? You stole everything they got. And then you turn them into slaves to work for you in their own land, in their own continent. You're all Europeans, white people. You're white. You're not from Africa. If that was not ever in your history lesson, you're not from Africa. But originally your ancestors are from Europe. Like, are we dumb? Goddamn. Like, you don't understand. And I'm talking about, why would America want to go backwards to the jungle? We don't want electric cars. So electric cars that means what if that's the future? That means racism is over because the electric cars. Like, I was listening to that. I was so upset. I couldn't even finish it. I couldn't. Because some people are just dumb. And this is learned at home. You literally had a child with your stepdaughter. And you want to talk to you. You don't have senses. You don't. So shut.
I just got done washing my hair. I'm trying to dry it off. But nigga, fuck Elon Musk, dad. Talking about do we want to see America go down? Yes, I want to see America go down. And the context of me saying that is, him talking about white people being a minority. That would be beautiful. That would be a beautiful thing. Racism would literally be gone. Systematic racism would be gone. Injustices would drop down. What are we talking about? That is a beauty. That is a beauty. I'm glad y'all are becoming a minority. Matter of fact, globally, y'all are a minority. But in America, yes, I would be, nigga, that would be beautiful. That's what America needs. America needs for white people to stop being the majority race. We see how that has turned out, all right? America needs for white people to stop being in charge of damn near everything in this motherfucker. That's beautiful. So, shout out to the race decreasing, all right? In my honest opinion. Love you though.
What's up, family? Elon Musk's father, Errol Musk, says that the United States days are numbered. He says when white people becomes the minority, the country will return to the jungle. Yeah. And for that, he was dragged like the uncivilized mutt he is. I ain't got no problem with that. Wow, what an uncivilized mutt. Further proof that the apple don't fall far from the tree. The uncivilized mutt sat down for an interview with CNN for an upcoming special, Misinfo Nation, White Genocide, and senior correspondent Donnie O'Sullivan asked him about figures projecting white people will be the minority U.S. population within the next 20 years. Earl's shocking reply: that will be a very, very bad thing to happen. You want to see the U.S. go down? Why? You don't like electric cars? And you don't like technology? What is it? You want to go back to the jungle? Elon's pappy lives in South Africa, and Donnie notes that the country is a talking point in the U.S. right now, following Donald Trump, your president, claimed that white South African farmers are being abused and killed. Donnie, as any human being would be, was shocked by the answer, and Errol doubled down and brings up his own nation as an example. He says the country's small white population that projects the European culture fed and grew the black African population. Elon's dad says that there was no oppression in South Africa, calling the notion nonsense. Errol says he never saw any oppression, and Donnie tells him that's because you're white. The U.S. is boycotting the upcoming G20 summit in South Africa, as Trump repeats his claims of so-called white genocide. Boy, the apple don't fall far from the tree. What an uncivilized mutt. This is the same mutt that impregnated his own stepdaughter with 2 children. Yeah, fam. Elon's sisters and brothers, I don't know if he had a boy and a girl or 2 boys or 2 girls or whatever, but Elon's siblings are the product of a pedophile. Yeah. So why would you give somebody like that a platform? Well, he's the father of Elon Musk, the richest man in the world. So, you want to know his thoughts. You want to go straight.
CNN interview is blowing up online because Elon Musk's father, Errol Musk, just said the US will go down once white Americans become a minority. And then he added,
What is it? Do you want to go back to the jungle? Or?
yeah, that's where the conversation went. The clip comes from CNN's upcoming special, Misinfo Nation, White Genocide. Correspondent Donnie O'Sullivan tells Errol in the next 20 years, white Americans may no longer be the majority. Errol doesn't hesitate. He calls it a disaster waiting to happen.
Well, that will be a very, very bad thing to happen. Oh, you don't like cars and electric cars, and you don't like technology? Or?
Then Errol Musk pushes even further, asking why America will want to go back to the jungle. Donnie, stunned, reminds him that South Africa's white minority historically oppressed millions of black people under apartheid.
And oppressed millions of black people
No.
for decades.
How do you oppress? We gave them work. We fed them. They grew from a tiny little group into a massive group. That's not oppression. That's feeding them.
When Donnie calls that out, Errol says he never saw any oppression, and Donnie hit him with the obvious.
Oh, I never saw it.
Yeah, because you're white.
This interview drops while Trump and Musk continue promoting claims that white South African farmers are victims of genocide, a claim South African officials call completely false. Whether you agree or not, this interview exposes exactly how racial fear, misinformation, and nostalgia for old power structures get packaged as warnings. And that's the part that gets people really debating. Not just what he said, but why so many people believe it.
Just because people or the population, just because of growth in population, doesn't mean that the environment was so suitable for these people to, for their population to increase. According to Elon Musk's dad, what he said that they fed the black South Africans, or they fed the black Africans or the black Americans, and they provided for them jobs. We need to understand that apartheid is not only a system for providing job opportunities. It was connected with racial classification. It was connected with forced labor. That is all what black South Africans went through. And him saying that I've never witnessed oppression of black people. I don't really understand why I could say such a word, because this is something that this is an history that I guess everybody should be understanding, or everybody should come to understand that, of course, black Americans evolved from enslaved, or first their ancestors had to go through a very tough period during slavery for them to evolve. How does he say that he has never seen oppression of black people? What happened during slavery? What happened during genocide? All those periods, they were oppressing the black people. And I feel like a lot of whites are kind of worried of them being minorities, because they feel like the black people will treat them the same way they treated them during their period, because of course they went through a very tough period for them to reach wherever they are. They went through some forced labor. They worked in some farms and never got paid. They were never compensated, and they have been going through racial discrimination. You find out they are missing some opportunities just because of their skin color. I really don't understand why he had to say such statement, and for me it's kind of confusing. Are they worried that they may be treated the same way they treated the black people, or what is scaring them of white being minorities? what is really scaring them, because if then they are not in a position to go through what they forced other people to go through. I really don't understand what they can do. It's too late. Whatever they did happened. They oppressed other people for them to remain in their comfort zone, for them to avoid taking accountability. I really don't understand why uh, this person had to say such treatment to the black people. Even if it was a bad thing, why are they trying to erase it at the moment and it already happened? You can tell me what you think. Do you think this guy is right, or do you think what he's saying is wrong, or what are your thoughts about this issue of white people fed black people, they gave them jobs, and what he said that he has never seen black people go through oppression? Do you think it's correct? You can tell me what you think in the comment section, or what are your thoughts in about all this issue. Let's interact and get to understand why was this person saying such words. You've seen a lot of people are so angry about it. You have heard how a lot of people opinions of lots of people, and I hope you've gotten to understand something. You can tell me in the comment section what are your thoughts, and if you've liked the video, you can consider giving it a thumbs up. That's all I have to say about all this episode. If it's your first time coming across my videos, it's a humble request. You can consider supporting my channel by just subscribing. I've realized a lot of people just watch my videos. It's a humble request to kindly subscribe. Thank you so much. Let's meet on the next episode. Bye.